Russia on Tuesday said that it was wrong to expect a quick breakthrough in talks with Ukraine, a day after Moscow rejected Kyiv's call for an unconditional ceasefire at negotiations in Istanbul. The sides agreed on a large-scale swap of captured soldiers and exchanged their roadmaps to peace, or so-called memorandums, as the discussions, which lasted under 2 hours, more than 3 years into Russia's offensive, which has killed tens of thousands on both sides and forced millions from their homes in eastern Ukraine. The two sides appear as irreconcilable as ever.
As the war in Ukraine escalates, Russia on Tuesday stated that its forces have killed around 1,400 Ukrainian soldiers in the past 24 hours. The data from the Russian government comes after the two nations carried out their biggest drone attacks against each other since the start of the conflict in 2022. Meanwhile, Russia launched an official investigation into the weekend Ukrainian drone attacks on its military airfields and a probe into the two explosions that hit its rail network. The Kremlin on Tuesday said that President Vladimir Putin was kept updated on the attacks in real time.
We said that the Russian President Vladimir Putin was updated online on what had been happening. This is from one. You know that a probe is underway, launched by the Investigative Committee of the Russian Federation. There was a relevant statement by the Ministry of Defense. I suggest to wait until the results of the probe are available and focus on the content of the statement by the Russian Ministry of Defense.
On Tuesday, Kyiv alleged that in a Russian artillery attack on Ukraine's northern city of Sumy, 3 people were killed and at least 25 were injured. Earlier on Tuesday, Ukraine's Donetsk administration said 4 civilians were killed in separate artillery attacks on 4 locations overnight. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky accused Russia of targeting civilians in Sumy. At least 700,000 people across a swathe of southern Ukraine controlled by Russian forces were without power on Tuesday after Ukrainian drone attacks and shelling knocked out electricity substations. There was no immediate comment from Ukraine, but the attacks, which targeted the Zaporizhia and Kherson regions, appeared to be one of the largest of its kind on Russian-held territory since the war began in February 2022. Zelensky said last week that Russia was mobilizing about 50,000 troops for an offensive on the region. Bureau Report, DD India.